What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Sir Jorge bringing you yet another draft analysis, this time for the Seoul Do Association, better known as the SDA for short. I am Sir Jorge and I am your coach of Descent and Eggys, the executors, alone executors rather, this season. I'm very excited for this draft. This is yet another Wi-Fi league. It is standard draft, and this will be going alongside with the Little Cup content that you'll be seeing, as well as something else that may come sooner before this video. I'm going to be honest, I don't know when this video is going up exactly, so you might have seen another draft analysis. If it doesn't, there's one coming. If it's out already, hi. Anyways, I haven't recorded that one yet. So with the SDA, it's run by a friend of a friend, and I decided to try it out, maybe meet some new people, and I'm really looking forward to it. There's I don't know what to say. It's been a while since I recorded one of these, and I'm gonna be honest, kind of tired from school. I don't know why I'm going off a tangent, but anyways, a little bit about the draft, what exactly happened, how it happened. So we were given a total of 2,000 points, and we were required to draft 11 Pokemon. And fortunately, your boy was the second overall seed for the season. And so with that, I actually got into scheming. I was like, what do I want exactly, like Pokemons that I don't know how I was looking at what was available and seeing potentially what I haven't used it yet in prior seasons. So I went for some comfort picks. I went for some newer picks, some Pokemon I've used in like Draft League or in Showdown rather, and just haven't recorded the content. So, I'm gonna be honest. Before going and breaking down, showing you guys the team, I'm very excited with this team. There are a few flaws that I will point at Pokemon I think might be dropped within the next few seasons. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, going into the round one, your boy has the second overall pick, so we have to draft the execu.
Stop drafting Eggy. He's bad.
What?
You just gotta stop drafting Eggy.
What do you mean?
Just stop
Yeah,
drafting him.
I'm about to draft.
No, stop it. Just do it.
No, come on, man. Really?
Come on. No. If you want to win,
Okay, whatever.
you can't draft Eggy.
Sorry, guys, that guy. Apparently, we can't draft Eggy round one, so
Yeah.
instead, our first round pick is going to be Nutgu, the Melmetal. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Our first overall pick is going to be Melmetal. I'm very excited to be using Melmetal. I've been dying to draft this Pokemon for ages, ever since he was first released into Sword and Shield. I've been excited, and it's a really good Pokemon. There's a reason why it's like round one worthy. A lot of people were upset that I picked this up, and I'm like, heck you, I've been wanting to draft this thing for a very, very long time. I had it in a Showdown League that I unfortunately had to drop, and never got to it. Have never been able to pick it up ever since. I literally dropped the league within the first week. So a little bit about Melmetal. He has an HP stat of 135, an attack and defense of 143, again, 143 attack stat and defense stat. A special attack of 80, a special defense of 65, and a speed of 34. Melmetal is very slow, but this thing can hit like an absolute small island if it was made out of like nuts and bolts and forks. So what does Melmetal do exactly? Well, since he's a pure steel type Pokemon, he has a bunch of resistances, and he has 3 major weaknesses in fire, fighting, and ground. So we got to be careful in that. But typically, you like to run Melmetal with leftovers within a Assault because his special defense is pretty crap. I will say it doesn't appreciate those special hits that well. So you might see it with an Assault Fist. You actually might see it with a Choice Band, Choice Banded double Iron Bash. I believe it's a signature move. Let me double check. Yeah, double Iron Bash just hurts like a mother freaking truck. And if we're somehow outspeeding our opponent or we're in Trick Room, it does have a chance to flinch. But truth be told, you're probably never going to see that flinch off because we're very slow. We also get things like EQ. We get superpower. We get self-destruct, rock slide, brick break, brutal swing. Though with our ability, the Iron Fist, our Ice Punch and Thunder Punch are boosted, which is very, very nice. And yeah, he's just overall a really good Pokemon. I really like it. We also get high. I believe we get high horsepower because you'll see in just a second that we're going to rather run high horsepower than EQ. We also get Dark Area. We also could run like a Iron Defense Body Press set, which would be really cool. I think we could run Toxic too, but I could be wrong about that. Um, but there's just a lot of possibilities with Melmetal that I'm just excited for. So yeah, we also get Steamroller, which actually I didn't realize until like doing like some research. Um, I was like, oh my gosh, that actually pairs well with one of my War's round two pick, and I'm like, great. I'm very excited for this. So yeah, that's gonna be our first round pick. It's gonna be Nutgu the Melmetal. Now going into the second round, my boy actually Trexo Jake was DMing me and I was DMing him about a potential picks that might pair well with our Pokemon. And the Pokemon that I decided or rather I wanted to get Grassy Terrain, so I was really eyeing Rillaboom because what Grassy Terrain does it halves the effectiveness of EQ under that terrain. And so Melmetal basically or Earth weakness would be covered, right? Because if a Pokemon runs like Earth covered, it's going to be EQ if it's a physical Pokemon. Unfortunately, by the time the round came back to me, Rillaboom was sniped for me, and so we had to get the second best thing, which was going to be Toro the Tapu Bulu, and he's going to be our second overall pick. Just like Melmetal, Tapu Bulu has an incredibly high attack stat at base 130. He has some pretty good defenses, or yeah, in a defense stat of 115 and a special defense of 95. He's averagely fast with a speed of 75. So you might see this thing with the Choice Scarf, so we can outspeed some of my opponent's threats, or even just like Melmetal, just run Choice Band and just say, hey, I'm in charge. So the main again. Tapu Bulu does have the aggressive surge ability, so when it goes into battle, if there's no terrain, or if unless his aggressive terrain is already up, he's going to set the aggressive terrain, which is very nice, and that basically gives us recovery over time. So it's as if we have leftovers, but unfortunately my opponent also benefits from that, so we're gonna have to play around that. But really, Toro is a really good Pokemon. I'm really looking forward to using this Pokemon as well. We get things like we get Woodhammer, Mega Horn, Nature's Bandage, which would have my opponent's Pokemon's health. We get Lucid if you want to be more of a like a Stolier set. We could get Sub Bulk Up, which would be really cool. Rock Tomb for speed control. Facade in case we get poison. SD, which would be really scary. We could also run like a Sleep Rest Talk set if you wanted to. We get Taunt. Superpower, Iron Defense. Close Combat, which would be really good. Seed Bomb if you want to like run more of a safer set, but really Wood Hammer with Grassy Terrain pairs up nicely because we regain that health every turn. Darkest Area in a high horsepower as well, so we don't have to rely on EQ. Overall, I'm very excited with the combination of Tapu Bulu and Melmetal. Truth be told, I would rather grab Rillaboom because we do get the priority with Grassy Glide, which is something everyone thought Tapu Bulu was going to get until the DLC dropped, and everyone was just kind of disappointed. Just but I was fine with it. More of a casual player, anyways. Then why am I doing drafted content? I don't know. But yeah, so Tapu Bulu and Melmetal is going to start forming our very Steel Dragon Core, and we actually complete that core this next coming round. Bulu also starts completing our Grass Water Fire Core. Right now, we do have a pretty big weakness to Fire-type Pokemon, I will admit. But I feel like we do have that sort of weakness covered with our future picks. So that is something I did keep in mind, so don't worry about that. I did notice the weakness, so fret not, I was thinking ahead. Now going into round 3, this is all Jake's idea. He recommended me grabbing this Pokemon, and I'm actually very excited to be using this. So far we have a total of 820 points. We've already used 380 of our points. We're spending big, and I thought let's just keep on going with this. So our next pick is going to be Trios plus Jorge, the Hydreigon. Hydreigon now has the ability of Levitate, which grants its immunity to ground type hits. So it kind of seems redundant. Like the ground immunity or the ground weakness that Melmetal has is being like severely covered by Hydreigon and Tapu Bulu, which is fantastic. But the reason why we wanted, or Jake recommended Hydreigon is because he's a special attacker, right? Bulu and Melmetal like to hit on the physical side. Hydreigon typically likes to hit on the special side, though he can be run physical with like a D-dance. Looking at Hydreigon's stats, though, he has a special attack of 125 and a speed of 98. He does have some pretty decent like bulk in his he has like at least base 90s across the board for his defenses, HP, defense, and special defense. We get a bunch of cover moves. We get Dragon Balls, we get Hyper Voice, we get Nasty Plot, Hyper Beam, Rock Slide, Thunder Wave, Fire Spin, if you wanted to trap Pokemon. We get things like U-Turn for momentum. We get the elemental things if you wanted to run that. We even get Head Smash for some odd reason, which I don't know how that works, to be honest. We get Bulldoze for speed control, Acrobatics if you want to run a physical set. We get Flamethrower, Hydro Pump, Surf, EQ, Tri Attack, Outrage, Iron Tail, Crunch, Heat Wave, D-Dance, like I mentioned before, Dragon Pulse, Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Earth Power, Flash Cannon, Stonehenge, Workup if you want to be a mixed set, and Sin Headbutt. There's a lot of options when it comes to Hydreigon. But truth be told, I might be running him more of a special set, a special sweeper, because again, it's going to pair nicely with the Bulu in case my opponent has a ridiculously like really good like defensive core and we just want to break on the special side. Again, we sort of have this fighting weakness with our core, Melmetal and Hydreigon being weak to it, and Bulu really not wanting to go in because if they have fighting coverage, they more than likely have Poison Jab. So that's something we do have to keep in mind. But other than that, you know, and also like we also have a nice weakness. So you know, it isn't perfect. You know, we got to draft some Pokemon that cover these weaknesses, and we do just that. But I'll be honest, you know, typically I draft Eggy round 1, and so blowing my points like these first 3 rounds is very new to me, and I was like, okay, we don't have many points now. So, you know, I couldn't keep on spending on our points on expensive Pokemon, so I decided to go a little bit cheaper on the points, and I'm going to be honest, I was kind of drunk when picking these next 2 picks, so thanks, Sir Jorge. But going into the 4th round, we actually picked up an old slice of ours. It's going to be Sir Frelius the Jellicent. If you guys don't know about Jellicent, I've used it plenty of times. In fact, I had it in the previous APA Academy. My very first Gen 8 Wi-Fi league had Jellicent. It was stalling out from Melmetal, and we lost a timer. It was to timer. No. He got a crit, and we would have lost a timer anyways. Anywho, I really like Jellicent here because it does have the fighting immunity that pairs well with Hydreigon and Melmetal. What else to say about Jellicent? We have water immunity and water absorb. We have Cursed Body in case we want to be a little savvy. In terms of stats, Jelly here, Sir Frelius here has a HP stat of 100 and a special defense of 105 and then a defense of 70. So kind of meshes well with Melmetal because Jellicent can take those special hits while Melmetal can take those physical hits. We get a bunch of also coverage moves, like I said before, just like our previous Pokemon. We get things like Hex, Will-O-Wisp, which I think is really nice. We get Destiny Bond, Water Spout if you want to run an offensive Jellicent, and I like running offensive Jellicent. I'll be honest, despite him having a special attack of 85, it does hit pretty well in my opinion. If we get Icy Wind for speed coverage, we get something called Strength Sap, which is one of my favorite moves that they get. We get Surf, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, Sludge Bomb, Dark Pulse, Energy Ball, and Dazzling Gleams for some coverage moves, which are really nice. We also get Psychic. I actually didn't know we get Psychic. The more you know. We also get Trick Room. So if you, again, sort of building this idea of like having Trick Room for our Melmetal, I think that'd be really valuable because, again, Melmetal just breaks my opponent's teams. So I really like the idea here. I'm just drafting Jellicent here. It's a Pokemon I'm comfortable with. I know how it runs, and it just runs very smoothly. Now going into the 5th overall round, I believe I wanted a Fire type Pokemon, and I was like, I also wanted an Electric type, and I was like, I saw this Pokemon was still available, and I honestly, the more I thought about it, the more I realized I really like this line of Pokemon. Like each form has a really unique take, and it's just I just like them overall. So going into the 5th overall pick, so I had a burp coming in. Going into the 5th overall round, we actually picked up Rotom Heat, Easy Bake, the Rotom Heat. Now, Rotom Heat is an electric and fire type Pokemon with the Levitate ability, so it is immune to ground type hits. Yet another immunity. I know what's up with that. Let's talk about his stats. He has an HP stat of 50, which is kind of shapoopy, but he does have defenses of 107 with a special attack of 105 and a speed of 86. So, we're doing decently with our speed stats. They're not the best, but there's variety. It does cover our fire weakness. It does cover an ice weakness for Bulu and Hydreigon. Again, another ground immunity. So Mamoru is just checked with ground that hit Pokemon. So, we're doing pretty well, to be honest. And in terms of what Rotom gets, we get screens with Rotom, which is very nice. We get T-Wave if you want to slow things down. We do get T-Waves, Will-O-Wisp, so if you want to pair it with Hex and with a Jellicent, which would be really, really cool. We do get Discharge, Thunderbolt, Shadow Ball, Overheat as a coverage move for our Fire-type Stab, Electro Web, which is really cool as well. We get Rising Voltage, Poltergeist, Substitute, Trick if you want to run like a Choice Scarf set. We get Nasty Plot, and Dark Pulse, Hyper Voice. So there's a lot of options with Rotom Heat. You can run it bulky, you can run it offensive. Something I really appreciate about Rotom, it does have that flexibility with it. I'm really liking this team. I can't stress it enough. I love this team. Already these first 5 picks, I can see myself breaking every single week, without a doubt. So yeah. If you guys are also Rotom Heat also offers us Defog for removal, and I believe Hydreigon does as well. So I'm really liking that, to be honest. We don't have that much hazards ourselves, but I think that's okay. I'm going to be honest, again, like I said at the beginning of the stretch analysis, changes will be made. I know this isn't perfect, but it'll get better, I promise. Going into the 6th overall pick, again, I just kind of wanted a bulky Pokemon. And I'm going to be real, I don't remember why exactly I picked this Pokemon, but I liked it nonetheless. And looking over its stats and, its coverages, there's a lot of cool stuff here. It's also going to pair nicely with our fighting weakness for Hydreigon and Mamoru. So going into the 6th overall pick, we picked up Pew Pew Pew, the Galarian Slowbro. Now, Galarian Slowbro, if you guys are familiar with Cantonian Slowbro, instead of being Water Psychic, we are now Poison Psychic. So that's going to offer us a little bit of different coverages in terms of weaknesses and resistances. And so, what kind of ability does Slowbro get? Well, he does get the standard Regenerator, just like Cantonian, but he has now a unique ability in Quick Draw. And what that acts is there's a chance that he will go first. And it's just a random chance, right? It's kind of weird, but given the fact that he's a speed base stat of 30, it's going to be very, very nice because sometimes it may just go up, but Trispatopi may just run Regenerator regardless. In terms of other stats, we have an HP stat of 95, defense of 95, attack and special attack of 100, so we can run physical or special. And then our special defense is kind of lackluster, but I think Jellicent can cover that, in my opinion. What else? Slowbro gets a lot. Galarian Slowbro gets a lot of coverage. We get Shell Sidearm, which is the signature move, and it will change what kind of move it is, whether physical or special, depending on which one does more, which I think is really, really cool. We get things like Mega Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Wave, Dig, Light Screen. I don't think we get Reflect. Unfortunately, we don't get Reflect, but we do get Light Screen. Ice Wave for speed control, Brick Break, we can't run Mud Shot. I'm sorry. We get Belly Drum, which I didn't know. So we're gonna sub Belly Drum. We get another trick room Pokemon, which is fantastic. We get Body Slam, Flamethrower, Surf, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, EQ, Psychic, Fire Blast, Tri Attack, Sludge Bomb, Psyshock, Iron Tail, Shadow Ball, Feature Sight, Trick, Iron Defense, Calm Line, Poison Jab, Focus Blast, Nasty Plots, Start Power, Scald, Liquidation. There's just a lot of choices with Galarian Slowbro, and I'm excited. I was looking at these stats and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exciting. He's not as bulky as his Cantonian counterpart, but he's an offensive threat, and I'm loving it. So, with drafting Pew Pew Pew, the Galarian Slowbro, we had a total of 280 points. So, we're pretty broke. It's like Texas. We thought we could handle the cold. I thought I could handle picking some like a lot of expensive Pokemon. I couldn't, and I think this is where the draft sort of goes downhill real quick. I think these next few picks are going to be targets of like our free agency. Truth be told, so just bear with me with the next few picks. If I speed through them, it's because if I speed through certain Pokemon, it's because it's most likely they're going to be dropped. But yeah, going into the 7th overall pick, I really wanted a fast Pokemon because I think our fastest Pokemon so far has been Hydreigon, second to Rotom, which is very, very bad because we want a Pokemon above 100 typically. So that's really what I was looking for, and to be honest, there wasn't any choices, and I got pretty scared. So going into the 7th overall pick, we actually picked up another old friend of ours. It's going to be Gomoro the Sneasel. I just had Sneasel in the BBR. She did wonderful. We had a great, against 3D Arcade. She did wonderful there. That Gomoro is just a kind of a slower and weaker version of Weavile. Luckily, since the introduction of heavy-duty boots, that's typically what Gomoro likes to run because we don't want to take we don't take rocks, and it could be kind of nice just to hit hard without having to be worried about losing health to rocks. Gomoro does a speed stat of 115, thus making it our fastest Pokemon so far on the team, and we do have an attack stat of 95, but we can't set up with things like Sword Stance. We get priority in Ice Shard, we get knockoff, triple axle. There's a lot of cool stuff. We also can set up like agility if you wanted to. We also get reflect if you want to run like a bulkier set. We get fake out, which I think is pretty cool. Another form of priority. And we get things like Shadow Claw. But really probably not gonna run that to be honest. We get Poison Jab, X Scissors. So in terms of like move pool, the coverage is there. It's really nice. To be honest, it's not as extensive as like our other Pokemon, but it is still there. But I'll be completely honest with you. I think Gomoro is on like it has like her eyes or the scope is like on her right now. Because I do want to pick up something new that I haven't used before. But yeah. Going into the 8th pick, I realized we don't have any hazards. So that's really what I wanted to pick up was just hazards, rocks at the very least. I still wanted a ground immunity, so we had a resistance in Rotom, and Bulu, and Hydreigon, but we just didn't have an immunity. So that's what I really wanted to pick up. They are going to be another second type Pokemon to the team, so that's making us just a little bit more a Dark Week with Jellicent, Slowbro, and this Pokemon, but I think we're fine. We might pick up a fighting type Pokemon with dropping Sneasel and maybe another Pokemon. We'll see. But our 8th overall pick, and this is name pending, but we got Beyblade the Claydol. Now Claydol, it has he has the limited ability, so Elmedo doesn't even have to like sweat about going in against an EQ or anything because we just got him covered. Claydol has an HP stat of 60, a defense of 105, and a special defense of 120, giving us another fantastic special wall. Claydol is a rocker. It is another form of removal for the team, which we desperately needed in the form of Rapid Spin, so that's going to boost our speed. Claydol, is just a very defensive Pokemon. We get Screams with it, which I think is very, very nice. We also get Trick Room again. That option is it's available. We get Scorching Sense with the new DLC moves. We can set up with things like Calm Mind, Feature Sight, which is also really cool. We get Dazzling Gleam, Body Press, Earth Power, Gyro Ball, Nasty Plot, Cosmic Power, Shadow Ball, Psyshook, EQ, Ice Beam. Again, there's just a lot of options here. Again, with the team, we get also Bulldoze if you want to run Speed Control. It's a lot. I've said it's new drinking game. Every time I see Speed Control, take a shot. See if you make it till the end of the video. But yeah, I really do like Claydol here. We are very Dark Week. Again, very annoying. And I think it's the only downside to our team, really. It's just that we just are very, very Dark Week. But that's fine. That's just A-okay. I think Claydol might stay. I'm going to be honest. I can't say anything for certainty. I'm going to say what's still available and make some free agency picks before maybe the 3rd week. We'll see. But yeah, that's going to be our 8th overall pick. Going into the 9th, I still wanted a Pokemon that typically can run removal. And I thought he was a little bit faster, Truth be told, compared to like his his evolution, which is very, very fast. Um, so our next pick is going to be Sucka, like sucking, but like Sucka, the Golbat. Now, Golbat has a pretty good ability in Infiltrator, which means like if my opponent has a substitute on, we just ignore it and go right through it, which is very, very nice. Golbat only has this, a speed based at 90, and I thought it was a little bit quicker when I drafted it. I'll be honest, but Golbat is a reliable defogger rather. It does pair nicely well with the Eviolite, but giving it a ridiculous boost in its defenses, so it can be a really good Eviolite user. We get things like Air Cutter, Confuse Ray, Air Slash, Leech Life, Astonish if we want to flinch our opponents, Giga Drain, get U-Turn for momentum, Venoshock if you like running like a toxic set, Acrobatics, Dual Wing Beat, Agility, Sludge Bomb, Shadow Ball, Heat Wave, Brave Bird, Nasty Plot, and Zen Headbutt. So really, he's just a defogger. Yeah, there's not much to say. This is our second poison type of the team, so I'll be honest. I think Golbat's under Pokemon under the scope for the time being. So if Sokka's not here, well, it turns out he was just a sucker himself. Now going into second to last round, I really did want to pick up like a dark like resistance, a Pokemon that really could come in easily and unfortunately they do rely on a Violite, so we had 3 Violite users. Does make our team knockoff weak, but I like the idea of having priority, especially with things like screens. And shout out to my boy Austrian George, who's used this Pokemon in his own league and has used it for Succession, and I'm hoping they can be the same success. They have the same amount of success as I can, even though I'm just a crappier version of Austrian George. I'm American Jorge. Sounds weird. We picked up Rebellion the Morgrim. Sorry, I was just coming up with the nickname on the spot. We picked up Rebellion the Morgrim, and really what Morgrim gets Prankster and Frisk. So just like his Grimmsnarl, it does get priority with screens, which I think is very, very nice, especially if you want to have set up with like Melmetal. We also get things like Thunder Wave, and that's pretty much it. We also get Taunt. If you want to taunt a Pokemon, we have priority with that. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to be real with you. Morgrim really doesn't do much other than that. I don't think we ever can run it like a sweeper, but if you want to Nasty Ply, Focus Sash, something, we could. It is quite resistant to dark type hits, which is really, really cool and nice. Doesn't offer too much, which is its speed stat, which is fine in my opinion. Morgrim is just Morgrim. He's gonna do his best, okay? Leave Rebellious alone. So you guys might notice we have 60 points left, and so you might be wondering yourself, "What are you're gonna get a 60-point Pokemon, right?" I almost ruined the joke, and you'd be wrong. There's a Pokemon missing in our team, and you might be wondering, "Rory, did you really just?" You could have drafted Morgrim last, right? And you'd be right. I could have drafted Morgrim last and picked this Pokemon second to last, but would it really be a Sir Jorge team? Would it really be your Santa Eggys if we didn't have our mascot pick? No, right? That's what I thought. So our last pick for the draft is going to be a lone executor, Sir Eggy himself. Look, guys, I'm going to be honest. I get it. He's not the best Pokemon. I don't care. I like having him on my team. And honestly, my whole channel has been about having fun. I just posted a meme on Twitter that I really wanted to post it on YouTube, but I just can't because I don't have the community tab on my channel yet. So please get my channel to 1,000 subscribers so I can bother you guys with my memes instead of Twitter. Anyways, you guys know what Eggy does. Watch my channel. You know what he does. I'm not going to go into him too much, but that's how we're going to end our draft here. And there are Pokemon that I'm considering dropping already. But one thing I do want to say before, since we do have grassy terrain, we do get priority in Grassy Glide with Eggy. So Eggy gonna be a fast boy. Eggy gonna be fast. What's wrong with me? But anyways, that's gonna be our draft. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I'm very excited for this draft, or for this league to begin. I think we have a very scary team. We have some very menacing Pokemon, and if we could just get the right defensive core, we might just win this. So, if you guys did enjoy this content, by all means, hit the like button down below. Subscribe if you have not already. I've been talking out of my ass for the past 30 minutes. I don't know how. And yeah, and if you guys want to support your son and Eggys, consider subscribing. You know, if you're a fan of my content, you know, hit that subscribe button. You know, it helps me out, make me feel better, and leave a nice comment. That also makes me feel nice. I got a nice comment today on my little cup video, and it made me feel giddy. Like I was like, I'm doing the right thing. But anyways, we'll see you guys for week 1 of the UPA. Bye-bye. Not a sponsor. I don't think you could have seen the can. Thank you so much for watching this video of mine. If you guys did enjoy this content, by all means hit the like button down below and subscribe if you have not already. If you guys want to continue watching my content, Sir Jorge himself has picked a video just for you on the left of the screen. Just all you have to do is click it, but YouTube does think you guys will enjoy the video on the right. The choice is yours. Anyways, you guys do know me as Sir Jorge the Great. Make sure you press the word of alola, Eggy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.